I'm coming in the market. I'm looking for office space. Why do I hire you guys, you professionals, as tenant rep brokers? Why would I hire you?
You'd be crazy not to, because basically we know the market. We've been doing this. We do probably 15 or 20 leases a year. We know all the comps. When you come and do something like that, you don't even know what you don't know. And it's kind of scary because the landlord's job is to basically supply nice space, comfortable space for you to work in and take every dollar out of your pocket. Our job is to save you every dollar in your pocket. People don't realize, they think, oh my gosh, I got another broker involved, it costs more money. Our job is to save you money. And typically at the end of a transaction, we can say, here's the asking rates, here's a proposal that you got before we got involved, and here's where we ended up. And normally there's probably an 8 to 20% savings of what they were offering you based on what we were ultimately able to negotiate by creating leverage.
And how we do that is exactly, we create leverage. And our job is to create competition for your business. As you take a transaction that's 10 years, 100,000 square feet, and you do the math, that's a lot of money. So those owners out there and those landlords want to bid for your business. And our job is to create that competition. And sometimes there's only one bidder, and that's when we have the magic.
But it's interesting where we talked to landlords, and we had one like in the research park, and they ultimately ended up about 15 or 20% below everyone else. And we're like, well, why would you do something like that? They said, you didn't even realize behind the scenes. If that tenant had left, our occupancy would have dropped under 75%, and the bank could have called our note. So we could have lost our whole asset. So we didn't mind giving you guys a sweetheart deal because it saved us in the big picture. Yeah. But people don't even realize that. For you to do something like that is insane. You don't even know what you don't know.
This is a great reason why we would have good professionals like yourselves, right?
Plus, as Rick said, it's all a drop in the bucket. So whether it's visitor parking or little things like that, which you wouldn't even think about asking, getting a credit for stuff like that, on a 100,000 square foot space, that's huge money over 10 years. That's probably a $10 million lease. We can save 10 to 15% on something like that. So you need professional advice, whether it's us or someone else.
No, only us. Don't worry about anybody else.